are here with Fae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in for another soap making adventure. And this is truly a soap making adventure. I am putting egg in soap today. You're probably like, what won't you put in soap, right? Well, I'm trying egg white in soap today. So I've got a farm fresh egg here that I am going to crack open. I'm going to separate the shell. Not very good at cracking eggs. I'm gonna not separate. Laugh at me, please, go ahead. Please do. To separate the egg white from the egg yolk. There's much easier ways of doing this, but working with what I have here. Get off, get off. Just putting the egg yolk in the soap today. And let me throw this out and rinse off my hands. Yeah, soap and eggs, that is what we're doing today. I know there are a lot of benefits to eating eggs, but did you know there are benefits to washing with an egg white in your soap, or just eggs in general? I've done a lot of research on this. If you're interested in knowing the benefits of what egg whites do in soap, be sure to go ahead and look it up. I'm going to temper this egg white in with my oils before I strain it back into the big bucket. Alright, I'm gonna strain it because I want to make sure I don't get any chunky bits of egg, and that sounds so gross, in my soap. So I'll run this through a strainer and get it back in there. So I've heard of people putting egg products inside of their facial masks, and I've decided to get brave and try and put it in soap. And I am not the first person to do this, trust me. Is this going to turn out for me? We will find out. I think I've done enough research to figure this out. But yes, lots of benefits in egg whites. There's just lots of vitamins and nutrients and enzymes in eggs. That just reminds me of Nacho Libre, where he eats the evil eggs. The eggs were a lie, Steven. They gave me no nutrients. I'm sorry, I'm a dork. All right, get the rest of that sifted in there. I'm gonna add some goat milk to this, and then we'll split it off into 2 different colors. Keeping this on the natural side, I'm going to color one of these with some rose clay. This is by Brambleberry. And then to the other one, we're going to put some antioxidant rich, 100% organic matcha powder in it. So we got some green tea going in there. Give each one of these a little mix. I love these colors, although with natural colorants they tend to fade and they're a little dull in the end, so these are not going to be their final colors. And green colors and lye always go funky, so that's definitely not pretty right now. For the scent, I am lightly scenting this with, again, going on the natural side, a essential oil blend of lavender, rose geranium, rosemary, and clary sage. It's floral and fresh, and I've mixed it together with a little bit of kaolin clay in there. And we're just gonna pour these into little pucks. Going for a facial soap here. It smells so good. Not very often do I work with essential oils, but it's always fun when you blend them together. You never know what you're gonna get. All right, so we got a couple different shapes going here, just to make things a little bit fun and get some variety. Start pouring into these guys. Another thing with essential oils, sometimes they tend to set up on you a little bit, like that rose geranium I think was the culprit, or maybe it was the rosemary. But it's alright because I am covering the top of this soap with some botanicals like dried flowers and whatnot. So I'm just going to try and add a little bit of a swirl, even the top of this out a little bit. It doesn't look too pretty right now, but that, again, that green is going to go a little dull and more green once it sets up. And we're gonna cover this in some pretty flowers. All right, I've got some jasmine, some straw flowers, I've got some safflower, some pink rose petals that are from brambleberry, some lavender, and we're just gonna decorate these all pretty like with these dried botanicals. This original idea came about from some mail that I got. And actually, I didn't get it. It was in someone else's name. But when you buy an old house, you're bound to get whoever's mail who used to live in the house. I mean, this is an old house, so lots of people lived in here, and we get a lot of like the junk mail, like to, you know, the current resident or whoever was here before. One of the magazines that came in the mail was a Vermont country store magazine, and it's one of those catalogs that everything is just overpriced and expensive but really cute and pretty, and you kind of just want to buy it. And they had some soap in there that was Swedish, and it had egg whites in it, and it was just like, I saved it because I knew one day I would be brave enough to do it. And you know, I was just scared. I was scared, and I don't know, just didn't want to be brave. But you know, there's only one way to get over that, and that's by doing it. So I decided to try this whole egg in a soap thing. I got a couple soap making books gifted to me, and there was 2 recipes in there about using egg yolk. And I think the Soap Challenge, Amy Warden over at the Soap Challenge Club has done a couple of them. So I figured I would give it a try and see what happens. So I learned to strain the egg to make sure it was at room temperature. I used a fresh egg. My friend Ryan has 6 chickens that he's raising, and my mom works with a lady who has chickens, and she's always giving me dozens and dozens of eggs that I really don't need that many. But I love fresh eggs. There's nothing like a fresh farm egg, and hopefully one day Bradley and I can have our own chickens. That would be nice. That is the plan. So getting brave here, and I'm thinking eventually I'll try other parts of the egg. Maybe one month I'll do the egg yolk, and maybe another month I'll do the whole entire egg, and just kind of test them out, see which one's better. And of course I'll be keeping this ugly one here, right here, for myself. Give it a little test run and see what I think of it. So yeah, we're just, I swear to you, these are going to look prettier once that green turns to the correct color. It really is atrocious right now. It looks like brown, but it will go green again, I promise. Yeah, I think I've done okay on this. We'll see again once I have molded what really happens. But hopefully it's something I can say I conquered my fear, and I will try again. Have you ever tried a soap with egg white in it? Or ever heard of a product that is in the Bath and Beauty line that had eggs in it? Let me know. I have never tried any of it, but like I said, I saved that magazine so that one day I could use it as inspiration and give it a go. And I just grabbed all these different botanicals. Like, I have so many dried flowers and I don't use them enough. So hopefully this all comes together and we get a really awesome soap out of this. All right, I think I'm done sprinkling these. It's like half of me's thinking I gotta cover it up because it's so ugly. But I have faith. It'll look a lot better once it sits. I'll let them sit for 24 hours and then I'll mold them and show you guys and maybe do a lather test. I know I said that green was not going to stay that color, and I still stick behind that because it is a natural color and it's going to fade. It still looks a little like a brownish green, but I know it is going to lighten up some. So that is what these, I guess, floral facial bars with egg white soaps. I think I have to come up with something a lot cooler and prettier sounding than that, but I think they are darling. And they smell so good. I used this one facial wash, and for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. I get that Ipsy subscription box, and it came in it, and it's like a oil facial cleanser. And I believe it's an Australia company that makes it, but it has these essential oils in it, and it's a very floral. And I know I say I don't like rose scents, but when you mix it with whatever other scents it was mixed with, I want to say it was like rosemary, which is what I put in here. I tend to care for it a little bit more. I don't know, and essential oils smell more realistic anyway than rose fragrance oils, so that is my story. And why I hate rose fragrance oils, but I can deal with rose essential oils. And rose geranium is pretty realistic too. It's just not as expensive as actual rose essential oil. So I like this really pretty pink from the rose clay that I used. I'm digging these soaps. They are super cute, and they're gonna be perfect for Mother's Day gifts. Well, I'm gonna keep one for myself, a Mother's Day gift for myself, and then the other one that I have that's square I'm going to give to my mother as well. So stay tuned after this. It looks kind of stuck to the mold there, look at that. I'm going to do a Suds test on these, at least on the bar that I'm keeping for myself. If you're interested in purchasing one, you can mark your calendars for May 21st, and that is the next shop update. And look forward to me making other soaps with eggs in it and other unusual ingredients. Egg yolks I think I'm going to do next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel and haven't done so already, think about subscribing. Join me for more fun soap making adventures and craziness of things that I do over here of adding eggs to soap. Come on, there we go. Isn't that just so pretty? I love all the botanicals on that. If you have any questions or comments, leave them for me in the comment section. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day. And I will smell you later.